The trailer dropped. The movie trailer dropped. I want to overanalyze it because I'm a stupid nerd who loves this franchise, even though I have so many complaints about it. But I don't care. I love this franchise. I literally have a Freddy plushie with me right now. My boy. My stupid bear son. So we're gonna go through the trailer. I'm probably gonna let it play once just to refresh, because even though I've watched it like 5 times already today, I still, you know, it's been I've had things to do today, so it might be better to just watch it once through and then see. I gotta put my headphones back on though. This is a very scuffed video. Okay. Driving shot to start like the first trailer.
Freddy's Pizza. Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location.
So the pizzeria in the first movie is a franchise location, and this is the original one.
Nobody's been here for decades.
Makes sense. The balloon boy sculpture. Oh, that toys look so good. Little girl got murdered. Probably Charlie. Definitely Charlie. Who am I kidding?
Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
This is a Fast
This is what
Fest.
it's like, being normal.
Vanessa's
I think
recovered.
we've come pretty far, considering what we've been through.
Ooh,
How's
okay.
Abby?
Right.
Some days she's good. Some days she misses her friends.
Is that Endo too?
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics, it's only giving her false hope.
Can any of you hear me?
Abby, help us. Come find us. I will show you the way.
Hi, Toshika.
Oh no.
God, the analog
They're out
horror
there,
scenes.
Where?
Ooh.
Everywhere.
I keep forgetting about that clip.
Where are you going?
The actual Freddy laugh in FNAF 1.
I'm not done with you.
There's no way that'll work.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's so good. Come, I recommended. It's mostly Dead by Daylight. That's hilarious. Okay. Hello Fusion. Let's go over stuff.
Freddy Fazbear.
So first off, love the logo. That looks really good. That's a great new sign. The pizzeria's outside looks really nice too. Like, even though it's all decayed, this looks like a place I would see as a kid and go, I want to go there, mommy. I want to go there, mommy, daddy. I am a child with no sense of money. Please take me to this restaurant. You know, like Chuck E. Cheese would have been if, you know, it actually looked cool and didn't look lame. And was now, you know, using AI generated videos of children to promote their dying restaurants because they scrapped the animatronics that brought in their money. Man, what are they doing with their business? Anyway, yeah. I think they say it's the first one.
Freddy's
The
Pizza.
original.
Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
water ride? Okay, I'm also gonna look at that shot of the interior. So this is the original location. And then they opened a franchise location that became the one in the FNAF 1 movie, I'm assuming. Okay. That makes sense. That tracks what we know about FNAF 2. Like that kind of matches up with the game lore actually, which is kind of weird to me. Anyway. So I have to think about this, how I'm going to word this question. Because this is my one thing right off the bat. Are the Wizards going to be the ones from FNAF 1? Or is Remnant and Agony going to be involved in any sort of capacity? I have no idea. So the inside looks great, by the way. This looks just as good as the first one, honestly. Maybe even this one shot alone looks really nice. I love it.
Is the original. He's been here for decades.
The goofy balloon boy statue. I also love like the analog horror screen. I really hope we get some of these in the movies. That'd be real in the movie. It'd be really funny. It also worked great for FNAF 3 if they do the horror attraction. Fazbear's Fright, like a Fazbear's Fright centered movie with some teenagers who get in and record everything and then Springtrap kills them. That'd be cool.
Some little.
So the toys are wrapped up here. Which they look amazing, by the way. Like, they look fantastic, even though you can barely see Bonnie. They look fantastic. I love the way they look. I don't find the toys designs to be like horror, or as in like, even when FNAF 2 first came out and I was only in like 4th grade, I didn't really find the toys scary in the same way I was like scared of the classics when I first played FNAF 1 and first saw FNAF 1, you know? But I'm also older now, like I'm 20. I am 20. This franchise came out, or this started like 5 months before I turned 10. So FNAF, that's how old FNAF is, by the way. It's crazy. FNAF is going to be 11 years old in less than, oh my god. Wait, hold on. In 15 days, Five Nights at Freddy's turns 11 years old. That's insane. So they're wrapped up here, so I kind of get the impression that they were meant to be like preserved and moved to the franchise location, and then they took yeah. Okay.
Little girl got murdered here.
Little girl got murdered, so that's Charlie. That's actually an adorable plushie. I want one. But, you know, not dirty and covered in dust.
Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
So there's like a built-in water ride into the pizzeria. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Also, there's a basement, and the box is in the basement for some reason. Hold on. That is a very suspiciously clean box, might I add. Like, I don't see a lot of dust or dirt on that at all. That's kind of crazy. But yeah. I like the fact that the box is super game accurate. That's awesome. And like the split in the bow in the middle, because it has to open. Really nice. I have no idea what she's screaming about here. But it's kind of funny, I can't lie. So this is Faz Fest. This is being shot outside and stuff. I believe I saw a description or of the synopsis somewhere where it's like twisted rumor, like something along the lines of like tales of what happened at the pizzeria turned into twisted rumors and stuff. I think is it in the description? The stories about what transpired there have been twisted into a campy local legend, inspiring the town's first ever Faz Fest. Yeah, so it is very much a case of like a local legend based off an actual event. Dude, imagine being one of the like parents of one of the missing children and seeing this. I'd be so angry and confused. But it's Faz Fest. This is an outdoor event. Some clips from the trailer later make me assume that the animatronics weren't supposed to be debuted here, like the toys, but we'll see. We'll see.
So this is what it's like? Being...
They're on a date! I think. I would not be surprised if the movie sets them up to be together. I think it'd be kind of cute. But I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not gonna like beg Blumhouse and Scott to mash these two together like a Barbie and Ken doll. Because they work well as just friends too. Like their dynamic could go in any direction, and I think that's really nice. Also, Vanessa is recovered. She's out of the hospital. And this is what it's like being normal. Really, really implies to me that she has no idea how to be a person, just in general. So I'm thinking, and I kind of got this assumption just from the first like teaser trailer, but I think this movie is going to be more Vanessa-centric than Mike-centric, if that makes sense. Like, Mike will still have his moments, and obviously will, you know, but I think Vanessa will be more of a focal, like a focus in this one compared to the last one, because we got a bunch of lore drops about her in the last one. But Mike was the main character in that one. You know, it was his story dealing with the loss of Garrett and confronting that he can't change what happened and he has to accept that what he has now with Abby is not worth giving up and to pick his life back up, right? Vanessa kind of came into that abruptly, a little abruptly. In terms of like real world scenarios, not from writing standpoint. From any standpoint, makes sense. Cop comes out and check on the night guards. Turns out to be the killer's daughter, and the killer owns the place. She's supposed to be helping him, but obviously she doesn't want to do that. Like from a writing standpoint, Vanessa's character in the first one made sense. I just kind of wish she did more than exposit lore and get stabbed, but. Yeah, I think she'll be more of like a central focus in this movie, and I really think it's going to explore the impact of being, like how being raised by Afton impacted her, if that makes sense. And like, because I feel like, this is just me, we get the, I should just play the trailer, hold on.
Normal?
I think we've come pretty far.
We get this shot. So obviously there's going to be like nightmare sequences, maybe flashback sequences too, of interactions with William, maybe being erased by him. We know that there will probably be scenes like that because I think there was a picture of after the first teaser came out. Well, there's the one frame in the first teaser. Well, actually, I have the first teaser up. Hold on. Is it this one? I'll just need it. Ooh. There's this frame right here with William. when he's not in the suit. So we know that like she's going to be having nightmares slash flashbacks, maybe even like waking nightmares. You know, like hallucinations and stuff from stress and all that. That'd be interesting. And obviously this teaser has her pull out the gun, but yeah. But we see her going to sleep here.
Considering what we've been through.
And we get flashbacks of the first movie.
How's Abby?
Some days she's good. Some days she
Obviously,
misses her-
Abby's still missing them. Which endo is that? Like, is that supposed to represent that? Those are the Endo O2 hands. Okay, no, that is Endo O2 fitting in the classic Chica costume. That's cool. I always liked that the Endos kind of were interchangeable between the characters. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah.
Friends.
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics.
The Faz Talker
giving her
thing. I
false
forgot what it's
hope.
called.
Can any of you hear me?
Oh yeah, no, Faz Talker. I was right. Is that just the same house from the first movie? Are they like renovating, or did they get a fixer-upper that Mike could afford? I believe in the movie's novelization, Mike got a construction job after Freddy's. So yeah, we'll see.
Abby. Abby.
Oh.
Help us. Come find us.
Why is it?
Find us.
There we go.
I will
Show
show
you
you the way.
To the new pizzeria. Not the first pizzeria. Toy Chica. She looks great.
Oh no.
Mangle jump scare. God, I'm so excited for that. Ooh.
Oh no.
That's my Mango's endo head. Okay. Which, by the way, it looks fantastic. I am so excited to see Mangle in action. Toy Chica, and I think this is the school.
They're out there, Mike.
That's Vanessa, and that should be the... Is that Vanessa? That looks like Vanessa. And the puppet's hands up here. I don't think it's the character from the beginning of the trailer, because she looked younger. I think her actress is McKenna Grace or something like that. I don't remember.
Where?
Toy Freddy opening a garage door. Dude, I'd be so scared if I was that house owner. This is definitely a flashback scene. This is that's got to be William in the spring body suit with the blue eyes, like the pit trap, the Into the Pit Yellow Rabbit thing. I kind of love that, actually. I love that they're tying similarities across each other, across continuities, even if they don't mean anything. But I'm pretty sure the Yellow Rabbit and Into the Pit is like a creature of agony made to manifesting into what the missing kids perceived William as, or something along those lines. I have no idea who that kid is. That could be Sammy or Charlie, maybe, if they're bringing Sammy into this. It could be both. It could be one, or not both, but it could be one of them. Could be. I don't think it's one of the missing kids. There's no way they're doing the missing children's incident in this movie and not the last one. If there was any movie to do the missing children's incident in, it would have been the last one, I feel like. It's either this one, it would either be the first or the last one. The first movie of the series, the last one of the series. Doing it in the second one, because we know there's a third one. We know Matthew Lillard is signed up for a trilogy, and that he will eventually get to play Springtrap, probably, based on the assumption that the third game will be based on the third movie will be based on the third game. Would they do missing children's incident in this one? And not the third? I guess it's possible. I'm just gonna, but the stripes make me think it's Charlie. Are they going to mash? No, they're not gonna mash Charlie and Sammy together, probably. Oh, my bad. I tabbed into Discord by accident. Hi, editing dreamer here. I completely forgot to mention the noise in the trailer kind of sounds like one of the noises that you could hear in Into the Pit, like the game. Which I think is a really fun detail and nod to that. So yeah, that's cool. Hold on, let's keep watching.
Everywhere.
Oh. You can kind of... Oh. You can kind of see the puppet. It's very blurry. Looks good. I think it's a little... I don't think they're quite as skinny as the in-game version, but that makes sense because of, you know, if you need a person inside that suit, you can't, okay, you can't fit a person inside Game Puppet. So yeah, that makes sense.
Everywhere.
That is Toy Bonnie grabbing, I believe, oh, is that a knife? Oh, it might be a skewer. So, like, all these faces here make me think Toy Freddy isn't supposed to be in FazFest. Also, the in-game, the FNAF 1 Freddy laugh or Toy Freddy. I'm kind of bothered by that not matching. Because my main complaint about FNAF 1, like the FNAF 1 movie, is that Freddy kind of got shafted. Freddy got no Torador, no laugh, no moment where he could really shine. You know? Even though he is the leader of the band. And if you've read the week before, Freddy is the leader. Like, he is the leader. He is, like... The other animatronics fear him in the week before, which is supposed to be the week Phone Guy dies in FNAF 1. The week before your shift... I feel like it's kind of... it was a missed opportunity to not let Freddy get his chance to shine. Because Foxy ran 3 times in that movie, by the way. We got a Foxy run at the start. We got a Foxy run with the Vandals. And we got a Foxy run on Mike. Freddy got no Torador. Freddy got no Torador. Got no laughter. There was no moment where Freddy could really shine and be a threat. And I guess by extension, Bonnie didn't get much to do either other than fall over in the fort scene. Because, like, you had Chica who tried to springlock Abby. Foxy, I just went over. You had Golden Freddy lure Abby back to Freddy's at night 5. Balloon Boy had 3 jump scares. 1 in the post-credit scene, but 2 in the main movie. And it wasn't even the real Balloon Boy, it was like a little minifig, which is still one of my favorite bits of the movie, that he just is a little shit. Yeah, no, it kind of bothers me that Freddy didn't get to do much. So I'm really hoping he does more in this one. Even if it's just Withered Freddy. Because I feel like it shouldn't be Toy Freddy. I feel like it should be Withered Freddy. Also, Toy Freddy has the orange glow that the I never noticed this in the first trailer. But I think also Toy Chica might have had it whenever she powered on. Yeah, they had the orange glow that the classics had in the first movie when they're under control by William. I wonder if they're going to do the thing from the games and from the Fourth Closet, or the Charlie Trilogy novels, where the souls are split into these different animatronics, and so like, oh, if they do that and the classics are the Wizards, then they know the truth about William, but their memory might be like messed up or something. I don't know. I kind of want to see if I wonder if the kids who played the ghosts in the last movie will come back. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I was at Freddy and Fast Fest. Yeah, Toy Freddy and Fast Fest. Which, by the way, he looks amazing. Like, that's perfect. That is just perfect.
Where are you gonna run to?
There's a lot in that one scene. We have a William voice line, I presume. Where are you going to run to? He sounds much more quiet and threatening. We also have Balloon Boy propelling in the water, which I think is a
Where are you
funny.
gonna run to?
That's just hilarious. Where are you going to run to? Who could he be saying this to? It could be a child. It could be a child. Could be Vanessa. Could even be Henry. I'm assuming this is a flashback voice line and not a Springtrap voice line. We'll see. Mangle on top of a car. Look at that! That is so funny. I love that. But it's cool. And obviously very threatening. Can you imagine Mangle on top of your car? Yeah, I didn't think so. Breaks the windshield into... So, is this Charlie? It could be. If this is Charlie, then maybe the one outside the door in that one scene is Sammy. Or yeah. Maybe. We get an excellent shot. We get an excellent shot of, I'm assuming, Matthew Lillard in the suit. And you'll notice, I'm gonna find the brightest frame to do this on. We'll do this one. If I do filters, you'll notice. Oh. Sorry, hold on. That there's no withering on the suit at all. So this is a flashback scene where the suit is in perfect condition. So we're getting a look at a fixed Yellow Rabbit suit in the movie. Oh, and look at the buck teeth. Oh my god, look at the buck teeth. Same knife as in the first movie, I'm assuming. Yeah. I'm gonna screenshot that for later. That's awesome. Oh, the same shot of Vanessa with the gun. And then the normal Yellow Rabbit suit, the withered one, grabbing Vanessa. I have no idea if this is a hallucination or like a waking nightmare, or if he's actually back in this movie in the suit and speaking. Well, we'll see.
I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you.
I'm not done with you, but it's very quiet and... Are there captions actually? Oh, there are. Oh, it doesn't... Will it tell me who?
I'm not done with
I
you.
don't want that.
Want to.
Oh, it doesn't tell you who's saying it.
I'm not done with
Don't do. Also, this is definitely Withered Foxy seeing through the mask, right? Like, come on, that's gotta be what this is. I'm not done with you. This could be to Vanessa. This could be to Henry. I don't see him saying this to one of the children he kills, cause yeah. But it's said in a much less performative way than Matthew Lillard. It's much less performative than Matthew Lillard was during the ending scene, or the ending confrontation when he's still in the suit before he takes the actual mask off. The wake up children, that moment. The little ones tell me you have a sister. She will love it here. You, however, are finished. Farewell, Michael Schmidt. He's a lot less playful, and in his Dead by Daylight voice lines too, he's a lot more playful in those than he is in these lines. Ready or not, here I come. All the oxen free. All the oxen free. Sneaky. I'm just kind of listing ones off, but he's a lot more performative in those other aspects than he is in here. So this to me feels like a moment of pure unbridled rage, but like silent, quiet rage. That's feel like he's trying to be intimidating. And remember, Matthew Lillard is like 6'2", 6'3", like he's around that height. So I would be intimidated, but I would be intimidated by him. Like I'm 5'7". Anyway, also this is just Foxy seeing through the mask.
With you.
That's Toshika killing the principal, I think. So we get a look at the FNAF 2 styled office. I really like the way this looks, actually. I have a lot of complaints about FNAF 2 as a game, but like the way they're adapting the office in this movie looks a lot more like, actually I would actually say it's more faithful than the FNAF one's than the first movie's office. The first movie obviously had to compensate for being a real office, so it couldn't have the giant blast doors, but it had no window in the side right by the door. It had the power, it had the breaker, but there was no actual proper like translation of the original's gameplay mechanics to the first one, which I think is a complaint that a lot of people had. And I think it's one they probably took into consideration for this movie, given Michael has a flashlight and the mask. I also like, again, just how, like, this looks nice. Like, this is just a good shot. I like this a lot. Really sells that this isn't, like, it just looks nice. I like the arch doorway next to the square one here. I like the breaking tiles. Tile pattern actually cuts off. You can see, maybe you can't see because I'm blocking it, but it's like it cuts off behind me, and there's like an extra hallway, it seems. But yeah, so I am assuming that there is only one vent, and it is in the left of the office. They got the hanging light from the ceiling. They got their drawings. They got the monitor. They got, yeah. This is just a fantastic look at this. This looks really faithful. Again, even more so than the first movie. So the first movie not being entirely faithful, I get. I'm a little disappointed that they're getting more faithful as they go on instead of vice versa, or not vice versa. But I'm kind of disappointed that there's this level of faithfulness to the original game was not in the first movie, because again, the Freddy Torador, the idea of like Michael having to shut them out, the idea of like that sort of stuff, I feel would have been nice. And I think part of it is just that they didn't want the movie to drag on too long. I believe the first one isn't even 2 hours long. I could check real quick though. I'm gonna look with my phone because I don't want to open the new tab. FNAF movie length. It's just under 2 hours. It's an hour and 50 minutes. On the Wikipedia says 109 minutes. But it's just an hour 49. That's fine. An hour 49, an hour 50. That's about as much. That's about as long. I kind of wish that it was a little longer so you could explore more. My main thing with movies, just in general, what was I gonna say? This is just my complaint with movies in general, but I think the FNAF movie also kind of suffers from this, is that movies are purposely shortening themselves down to cut costs instead of letting the true, like the full vision come out. And I'm not saying like the FNAF movie should have been this like 6-hour night, like full-on night shift fest, you know? No, I'm just wishing it had been pushed a little over 2 hours to better explore concepts and ideas that it brought to the table, and maybe have more moments to be faithful to the source material. Things like again, Freddy Torador, power outage, shutting them out with the door, having the window, having the lights off, like there are things they could have done to better have a more faithful adaptation. And while I listen, I love the movie. Don't get me like this criticism of the movie is not like a sign that I did not like it. No, I loved that thing. I sat there in the theater and got a migraine halfway through and did not leave the theater because I wanted to see this movie. Right? And even with the migraine, I loved it. And I've watched it multiple times since. But that does not mean that it is immune to criticism. Again, I love this franchise. I have been here since FNAF 1. Like, I have been here since the first game. That does just because I love the franchise, so I'm going to criticize it so that it can be the best it can be, at least like in the hopes that if my criticism does get heard, or that I can be someone who agrees with a large source of criticism that is valid or I think is valid, you know? I'm the same way with other things I like. Bendy, I like Bendy. I'm a very huge critic of the Dark Revival because I do not like the Dark Revival that much. I'm going to be honest. I'm a huge critic of the idea of the books not being canon because I felt they added details that really helped flesh out the world and brought some like serious stuff to the franchise and showed it can handle those themes maturely. Dreams Come to Life, the novel for Bendy. I love the backstory it gives to Boris. I love the way we get the way we get to see Sammy's ascent. I love the way that we get to have a better idea of how the studio operated. I like that we get to see Joey and Thomas, like Joey Drew and Thomas Connor having conflict, Alison Pendle being there. I like that we get an idea of just it helps the world feel more, you know, like just like more real. Part of why I enjoyed like the Silver Eyes, the FNAF novel so much is that it sort of shows this ripple effect of what if someone knew the missing children, like a missing child, you know? It kind of shows how like one incident can absolutely destroy people, and how even after Michael, they weren't all okay. And they obviously get to like, it obviously like, it is not, Silver Eyes does not have like defend the off style moments in the book, in the book, but it has like, you could have brought some things from this into the movie, and they kind of did. They kind of brought some things from the Charlie trilogy into the movie with the drawing, controlling, like being a sign of control, because that's the thing that they did in the fourth closet. Carlton, while he was in like the spirit realm or whatever, when he got injected with Remnant, and was helping the souls of the children, used the drawing in that realm to show the truth to them, and then they rebelled, and I think they dragged William into a furnace, which is very funny because I think that came out. Did that come out before or after Pizza Sim? I don't remember. But William dies of fire a lot. Anyway, I like my point with getting back on topic. I appreciate them being more faithful to the source game in this movie, while still exploring new concepts and movie-specific beats of story and ideas in like this version of Vanessa's relationship with this version of William, this version of how a town would react to local legends and Freddy's and all that. This version of William in general, because he is very different from. He is like not very different, but he is noticeably not the same Willie from the games, which I like. I like that Matt Coulter gets to put his own spin on this character and make it distinct enough. I appreciate this compared to the first movie, which while I loved it and would not, I think it was probably the best way they could have gone with it. I do wish it had some more moments to be more faithful to the original game, or some more concepts from the game that were adapted properly, if that makes sense. So yeah. I also like that.
There's no way.
I also like that it's FNAF 1 Freddy because Help Wanted had a FNAF 1 Freddy mask. I think that's funny. I like all the papers here. I like this. This office feels used, but like it was abandoned while it was in use, which I like. The mask is like kind of withering and dirtied, which I don't mind. Or not that I don't mind. I think I actually like that because it makes it kind of helps sell that. Yeah, this was something that someone would have relied on. There should be a lot of noise here. Oh my god, she looks amazing. Her arms aren't outstretched, but I don't mind that. I think the jaw is too close together, but I think that has to be how it is for the person in the suit to, like, you know, because this is a practical suit with wiring and animatronics in the head. I think it only makes sense that yeah. I think it would have been cool if they had found a way to like make the arms animatronic, but make the feet rely on. But I feel like that would have been too much weight on the person inside and would have actually been injured. So you know what? I can see why the arms also have to be controlled. We get a scream, by the way, too. My only other complaint about the design, I think, is that her pupils are too big. But I don't. That's just me complaining. I don't even. That's like nitpicking. I don't even think that's an actual. Yeah. Reaching forward, Mike grabs the mask and puts it on. And this is such a cool. Oh, there's like paint scraping off her beak. This is such a cool like mirror to the game. Then we get the vent coming down and we get withered Bonnie. And that looks so perfect. That looks like identical to one of his in-game render in the vent. The eyes aren't red, but I don't hate that. Oh, that looks so good. It almost looks like his jaw is outstretched. These like, it looks like he has teeth up here, which is insane. Yeah. I'm satisfied. Why is it looping? I'm satisfied with that trailer. I think that looks fantastic. I'm forgetting which buttons are which. I think I don't think there's anything in here that wasn't in. Oh, there's this endo. I have no idea what this endo is gonna be, but yeah. Showtime. Oh yeah, I forgot Toy Bonnie's supposed to like kill a family. Which again is just really funny. Yeah, I have no idea with that. But I'm very excited for this, I think. I'm very excited. I'm gonna try and see this as soon as I can once it comes out, definitely. Probably go with a bunch of friends. Probably watch the first movie right before, so that it's like one continuous thing in my brain. Yeah. I'm very curious what everyone else thinks about the movie trailer so far. If you want to leave your thoughts in the comments so I can read them, that'd be fun. Again, I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be probably better, admittedly, than the first one. Because, again, another complaint I have with the movie, the first one, is as much as I love it and understand it, if you are not a FNAF fan, it is not a good watch because you're not going to get it. And I think that is kind of an issue when you're making a movie that people have to go see in theaters and pay to watch and pay to own most of the time, unless you do a little sea shanty. But it like part of like, listen, I understand and I appreciate the need to make something for the fans that they will be satisfied with. At the same time, I also think you need to consider the general audiences, which the first movie did not do as well as I'm hoping this one does. I'm hoping this one expands on the first in a meaningful way, or adds to it in a meaningful way, which I think it's going to, honestly. Again, I think it's going to explore Vanessa and William's whole deal as father-daughter. I think Henry is probably going to be in this. I know Skeet Ulrich is officially casted. That's great. I really hope he's Henry. I think he's Henry, but I really hope he's actually confirmed Henry, because that would be so funny, especially if you watch the first Scream movie. And I'm very curious and nervous on how they're going to handle Charlie and quite possibly Remnant and Agony. Those are like such critical components of FNAF's lore that I would be very surprised, like now they are anyway, but I'd be very surprised if the movies omit them entirely. Because the first movie never explains why he hid the bodies in the animatronics, other than just kind of implying he did it to not get caught. And that the souls then possess the robots as a consequence. But which maybe Remnant and Agony will be in the movie. I really don't know if or when they're going to introduce those concepts. And if they do, I don't know if the audiences will understand if you're not a FNAF fan. I had a friend asking me about the FNAF lore the other day, and like in the middle of lunch, we were like out at lunch. I had to like go on this whole thing about the FNAF lore, and I had to answer questions, and it was very hard to answer some questions because I had to be like, I can't tell you because things keep changing. One of the first things they asked me was why does 4 take place so far, but like so early in the timeline? I'm like, I don't know. So it's complicated. I had to we didn't even get to the mimic because it was that bad. Like, it's very hard to, I feel like if you don't take the time to, or not that you don't take the time, it's about bad choice of words, but like it could just be really hard to get people into this franchise sometimes. And listen, that's fine. Not everyone clicks with every franchise. I get that. I don't click with Terraria. I've looked into Terraria a lot. I personally don't think I would enjoy it. It's why I haven't played it. It's why I probably will never play it. Which is weird because I love Minecraft, but they're like different versions of, they're different types of sandbox games, I think. Anyway, so, but, it again, the movie appealing to fans, great. I love that, actually. I love that it appeals to fans and isn't some weird like the weird, like something like the live action Super Mario Brothers movie from the 90s, which is a funny watch on its own, in all honesty, but I wouldn't want that for FNAF. But again, I hope this one is I hope this one is better. I hope it's longer so that I hope it gives itself the time it needs to properly flesh everything out and not try and shove everything into a less than 2 hour movie. And I kind of hope that that if it doesn't answer everything, it leaves room for stuff to be answered in the third one. Because my thing with the movies is they cannot leave questions unanswered if there is a planned ending, like FNAF kind of always does. FNAF 1, I can give FNAF 1 the benefit of it being the first, and there was never intended to launch a franchise. FNAF 2 starting a whole debate on how many missing children there are and whether or not you believe in the DCI is kind of insane. I I think Scott messed up showing two sets of dead children in two different mini games. But yeah. We also know that I wonder if they're going to carry over the MCI happening in 1985. We'll see. But yeah. That's my unhinged rambling / analysis of the trailer. I'm excited. I hope it's good. I really this kind of makes me want to play Spring Trap and Dead by Daylight right now, but honestly I've been I want to take a small break from Dead by Daylight because I've been getting more infuriated at the game recently and I don't want that to be my only gameplay. So I'm going to take a small break. But yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say other than subscribe, leave funny comments below, talk about the movie and talk about the trailer, talk about your thoughts on the movie coming at I want to know. I really do. So yeah. Bye.